what's happening around town. Outer loop at Clara Barton Parkway had a crash here. Looks like that has just cleared out of the way in the past couple of minutes. And Silver Spring University at Amherst, left lane gets by the accident, down wires and pole.
Good morning, I'm Solvanā and now with CNBC. A six-figure salary is needed to buy a home in nearly half the country. A new study from Bankrate finds home buyers must earn nearly $111,000 a year to afford a median-priced home, which is roughly $402,000. Just 4 years ago, only 6 states and the District of Columbia required a six-figure salary. Since the start of 2020, the annual income needed to afford a typical home has risen nearly 50%. The West and Northeast are feeling the burn, with home buyers needing an even higher salary in California, Hawaii, D.C., Massachusetts, and Washington State. With your CNBC Morning Business Report, I'm Solvanā Henao.
All right, thank you, Solvanā. Well, this weekend, for the first time, News 4 got a really close-up look at the wreckage that crews have to clear out of the Patapsco River.
It is a story that you'll see only on News 4. Joseph Omo rode along with the U.S. Coast Guard to see that damage. He has a look at cleanup efforts and the search for the remains of 4 construction workers.
On Maryland's Patapsco River.
As we're headed out to the Dolly now, it's going to take us about 15 minutes or so.
Alongside the U.S. Coast Guard,
going to back them up. Stay my lights.
We get closer and closer to that unsettling scene.
It's pretty astonishing, actually. It's pretty surreal to actually see it in person. The pictures and videos really don't do it justice.
News 4 on board as crews, for the first time since Tuesday's catastrophic collapse, begin the enormous task ahead, removing the debris. Seeing this up close, and the only thing you can say is wow. You get an entirely different sense of how massive this is, how incredibly complex the cleanup is going to be. Just look at the front of the ship, the bow of the Dolly cargo ship. What's lying on top of it right now, that part of the key bridge, weighs thousands of tons, literally millions of pounds. And then, of course, the other top priority, finding those 4 construction workers who fell during this whole collapse and are still missing.
We can't take any action to move forward and try to recover those individuals until the scene is rendered safe.
In a briefing with News 4, the Unified Command, the team of state, federal, and private agencies heading the response, saying it's still too dangerous for divers to resume the search for those missing, though at this point, they do have a better idea of where they'll be looking.
We have had some sonar images that lead us to believe, underneath all the superstructure, the rebar, the concrete, the roadway, that there is possibly a number of vehicles, at least one, maybe more down there.
And the question everyone is asking, how long is all of this going to take?
It's not going to take hours. It's not going to take days. But once we complete this phase of the work, we can move more tugs and more barges and more boats into the area to accelerate our recovery.
Guys are on the stern here, the quarter.
For now, this once unimaginable tragedy sinking in as our new reality.
You put egos aside and you work together as a team to accomplish one mission.
Joseph Omo.
And we're dedicated to remain doing that for as long as it takes.
News 4.
All right, 5:56. Much more of News 4.